Of McCovey Cove, we got ourselves an NL West showdown. Winners of 9 straight. The Diamondbacks roll into town with a 6-game lead and are oozing with confidence. But the Giants are still defending champs, and they know that another Orange October hinges on this series. It's an NL West showdown. It's the Giants, it's the D-backs, and it's coming up next.
Friday Night Baseball here at AT&T Park. Our fans filing into the ballpark as they get ready for a big series, and they get ready for Game 1. Diamondbacks, Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. And the homestand really hasn't gone the way the Giants have wanted it to go. Well, how do you change that? You beat the team in front of you. And how do you do that? You win Game 1 of the series.
Well, and to win that Game 1, I mean, that would be in itself would be a big thing. And there's 2 streaks coming into the series that you need to know about. Number 1, the Diamondbacks have won 9 in a row, so they have a head of steam rolling into San Francisco. Number 2, the Giants have gone 12 consecutive series without winning the first game of the series. So you can't win the second or the third unless you win the first. That's the key tonight. Give the ball to Matt Cain. Take your chances.
Joe Saunders, the lefty, is on the hill for the Diamondbacks. Game 1 should be fun, and they should be playing like their hair's on fire. All right, when we come back, Amy G is going to take a look at all the new guys that have arrived here at the park today. She'll do that right after this.
AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
Well, after a day off from baseball and a page turn on the calendar, San Francisco Giants fans are anxiously awaiting in Willie Mays Plaza to watch San Francisco take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in what could be the biggest series so far this season. And reinforcements are here. Welcome back to the ballpark. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and the dog days are officially over. The September call-ups are here, and at this time of the season, they're a much-needed shot of energy in the arm for these San Francisco Giants. It's our Ford Right choice this evening. We're going to take a look at who got the call. 5 different guys. Infielders Brandon Crawford, Emmanuel Burris, Connor Gillespie, pitcher Waldis Joaquin, and speedster Darren Ford. Now, Bruce Bochy spoke to the media earlier and said that these call-ups will be used in every which way, off the bench, in a double switch, pinch hitting, and pinch running. Maybe you'll see someone tonight. Matt Cain on the hill for the Giants on this Orange Friday. He's going to take on the Diamondbacks lefty Joe Saunders. Kruk and Kuip will be back shortly with lineups from first pitch, but first we're going to take you to our Sportsnet Central studios for an update. Stay with us.
series. Our Game Time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 66 degrees here at the yard. We got winds at 13 miles per hour, 59% humidity, and the forecast is foggy and a wind. Well, this is what's at stake, folks. The standings in the National League West. Giants are 6 games back. They've got 6 more games left with this team. This is game 1 of those 6. 3 more later on in the month in Arizona. Every game so very important, especially against the team in front of you. So Matt Cain leads the Giants out of the dugout. Now take a look at this. The 9-game winning streak for the D-backs. Look at the average. They're hitting at 293 extra base hits. But maybe the most impressive stat is the starters' ERA. That's why they've won 9 games in a row.
1.09. And you go out there every day thinking you have a chance to win, and your starting staff's going to allow 1 run. I mean, you're going to win a lot of ball games, especially when you're hitting 293, and that explains the 9-game win streak. The Giants, they've got to match the energy of this team, and that's going to be the task at hand.
All right, let's take a look at the Diamondbacks lineup that Matt Cain will be facing. It'll be Roberts, Hill, and then Upton. Upton is the guy right now that you can't let him beat you, but Montero's hot as well. Followed by Goldschmidt, then Young, Parra, McDonald, and then it's Joe Saunders hitting 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the big right-hander Matt Cain. 26-year-old right-hander is 6'3", 230 pounds in his 6th year at the big league level. Against these Diamondbacks, lifetime 9-5 with a 3.52 ERA. You see what he's done at 28 starts, 10-9 at 2.87 ERA. He's had an outstanding year. The only he has not had is consistent run support. You can say that just about every starter in this Giants rotation. Cain, when right, will spot that fastball with 2 types of movement, the 2-seam and the 4-seam movement, and he'll spot it on 4 corners of that strike zone. He has a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. Let's take a look at the guys playing behind him tonight. Defensively, starting in your outfield, the Giants will set it up this way from left to right. Burrow back in the lineup, joined by Ross and Beltran. That's your outfield. Cabrera, Sandoval on the left side, Keppinger and Huff on the right side, and Eli Whiteside in the squad. Putting down the signs. This is a veteran team. A lot of years of experience are on that field tonight for the Giants.
So the energy coming out of the stands lets you know that they think this is a big game. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's a called strike. So we get underway at 7:15. Roberts is having a very fine year. Swings at a breaking ball and lifts it foul down the right field line. Doing the honors behind home plate is the veteran Bob Davidson, Hunter Wendelstad, Brian Knight, Jerry Lane from first to third.
Bach and Bob Davidson. I mean, he can have an inconsistent zone. He likes the low pitch by design, and he will give width on both sides of the plate. But what you get in the first, you might not get in the 9th.
3-pitch strikeout to Roberts, and that's how this game gets started.
This is what you want. An 0-2 count, you want a guy to chase. Started out in the outside part of the plate. Late break. See a classic, very balanced, very compact for a big man delivery. Release out front, and there's the rotation of the curveball. That's our Ultra Mo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Here's Hill, who takes the strike. Hill came over from the Toronto Blue Jays, and he bounces this one to Sandoval, and it kicks off of Sandoval, and it rolls into shallow left field, and that'll be a base hit. So Sandoval had a glove on it, and the hitter will be Upton.
Well, these are the kind of hits you get when you're hot. You saw what he's been hitting on the year, but since he's joined the Diamondbacks, hitting .355 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And this is I'm a hot hit. Right off the tip of the glove. And look at that. You know, I don't know, even if he makes that play, you can get up and throw him out. Just a CNI ground ball.
Here's Upton. Upton hitting .294. Upton's got 4 lifetime doubles against Kane in 30 at bats, 10 hits total. See, it splits at home and on the road. There's a pretty big difference, 100 points. But lots of power, very dangerous. Swing and a miss, 1 ball and 1 strike. This guy's scary too. He came ready, and that is a game face.
Yeah, you don't want to wrestle that guy. You don't want to pitch to him. You just want him on your side.
Montero to follow. Hill with his lead. 1-2.
Well, that's 1-1 pain. That's a pitch that you will get with Davidson early, but there's no guarantee you're going to get it late. That's a wide zone.
Well, Joe Saunders has got to be happy about that.
Yeah, and he's a sinker ball guy, likes to be low in the zone. I mean, that is a perfect cutter to throw right off that fastball. And really, with Upton having just taken a very close pitch for a strike, you got to have guts to take that pitch.
Upton's been hit a lot lately. And the book is to pitch him in, and that pitch is way outside. It's 3-2. And if you miss him, you don't want to miss to the middle half of the plate, so you're going to miss towards the hitter. Consequently, Upton has been hit a lot.
Playing pretty straight away. Slight pull of the second baseman Keppinger towards the bag at second.
Runner goes, and it's ball 4. These are United Airlines leaders of the game. Fewest home runs allowed with 27 starts or more. Justin Masterson of Cleveland, Matt Cain, Roy Halladay, Doug Fister. Here's Montero. So right off the bat, a stressful inning, an infield hit and a walk. Montero, 276. Takes high, 1 ball and no strikes.
He's had a career year, and when teams do well, you got to have guys that have years like Montero's had. The other thing too, what the Diamondbacks have done consistently is score the first time through the lineup. They put runs on the board early. It has been a big part of their success this year.
One ball and 1 strike.
Montero, dead low ball hitter. He looks to yank. Got a lot of mad stares at him. Really has softened his stride. Used to have more of a hitch with his front leg. He's got a little bit flatter to the zone. His head has stayed much calmer now, which probably tells you why he's having a better year. Don Baylor, their hitting coach, has really done a nice job with Montero.
And a bullet to right field, which is going to knock in at least 1 run. Beltran will play it off to Karam. He gets a good Karam. They're going to wave in Upton. The throw goes to second, and holding at third was Upton, and the Giants catch a break. Scoring, however, Hill. And just like you said, coming right out of the gate, the Diamondbacks are on the board.
Well, their confidence is on fire right now. And this is what you see a lot of from Montero. I mean, he's a pull hitter. He uses that right side of the field a lot. Beltran get a nice break here to get the ball back in. That little bounce right there coming back to Beltran save the Giants a run.
Here's Goldschmidt. So Kane now trying to limit the damage. See, Matt Williams was waving Upton, and then at the last second he told him to put on the brakes. Now Matt Williams did not know the throw was going to go to second. All he was doing is he was reading the play with Beltran getting the easy kill.
Goldschmidt, the rookie wonder that has rifled through the Diamondbacks system this year to get to the big league level. Lots and lots of power.
High and out of play. It's 1-2.
Strikeout situation for Kane, no doubt about it. Runner at third, less than 2 outs.
And that pitch is high. Goldschmidt in 82 at bats has struck out 29 times. Got him.
That's exactly what Kane needed. And he reached back and country hardballed him right through the zone. I mean, this didn't have a great location put on it. He just blew him away. Catches a little piece of it, and Whiteside hangs on. I mean, that's kind of a no-respect fastball, and Goldschmidt sent packing.
Not out of the woods yet. Here's Chris Young. Young is 6 for 28 in his career against Kane.
Good high ball hitter. You got to keep the ball down.
1 ball and no strikes.
The guy who's really been swinging the bat well is on deck, Gerardo Parra. So you do have an open base here, but you know you've got a hot hitter behind Young. And Matt Kane knows this.
Comes in with a strike to even the count. Kane 3-1. Kane's made 4 starts against the Diamondbacks this year. He's 3-1, 9-5 lifetime. In trouble here in the first. Whiteside's going to watch this one reach the seats. It's 1-2.
And that location got a little leaky. Talking about the strength of Young is middle away and up. They set the target on the inside corner, and that drifted right out to the strength of Young. And they kind of got away with that pitch.
Kane at the belt. Foul back. Kane a little extra on that fastball at 94.
Great pitch, good take. That's how you use a 1-2 count.
Will be the 25th pitch of the inning for Kane.
Go above the hands of the fastball. You could throw that very same pitch, but you might bite on it. Dropped his arm angle down just a little bit, same location. You can watch his arm flatten out just a little bit. And that's a low 3/4. That's a lot lower than his normal short arm high 3/4.
Off the end of the bat, foul.
Ooh, that's a tight little cutter. Done good well just to catch a piece of that one. And Kane will do it again. 26 pitches under his belt so far in this inning.
First base open, Parra on deck, 3-2. And the walk.
Pretty good at bat right there. Young really laying off some pitches that we're used to seeing him swing at.
Here's Parra. Parra hitting at 294, 7 home runs, 34 driven in. Bounces this one foul. Mike talked about how hot Parra is in that Colorado series. 7 for 11. And that's just a 3-game series that they finished with. Should be playable for somebody, and it's going to be Burrow, and that'll end the inning. Kane limits the damage. Giants are coming up. Whew. That Joe Saunders will be facing. It'll be Cody Ross in the leadoff spot, followed by Jeff Keppinger, who's really had a couple of nice ball games, 6 for his last 9. Then it's Beltran Sandoval, followed by Burrow. Welcome back, Pat Burrell into the lineup. Huff, Cabrera, Whiteside, and Kane.
On the hill tonight for the Diamondbacks, 30-year-old left-hander Joe Saunders, 6'3", 210-pounder. 5th year at the big league level. You see what he's done this year. 27 starts, 9-11 record, a good ERA, a 3.8 ERA to 3.82 ERA. Against the Giants, he's never beaten them. 0-2 with a 5.27 ERA. And when you face Joe Saunders, you're going to see a fastball that'll go 88 to 92-ish, more 88s to 92s, but sink. You'll see a lot of ground balls off this guy. He's got a slider and a curveball and a changeup to go with that sinker. But he's a guy that likes to pitch low in the zone. You'll see a lot of knee-high location from him. Defensively, the Diamondbacks will set it this way behind Saunders. It'll be Parra, Young, Upton. That's your outfield with good arms on the corners. McDonald, Roberts, that's your left side of the infield. Hill and Goldschmidt on the right side. And Miguel Montero will be in the squad putting down the signs.
So time for the offense now to have a great September.
It's time.
Not a good September.
It's got to be great.
We're beyond good. First pitch strike to Cody Ross, hitting 229. 10 home runs, 42 driven in. See good numbers this season for Ross against the D-backs. He's only had a couple of at-bats against Joe Saunders, and one of those at-bats is a double. He's 1 for 2. Keppinger and then Beltran. The Giants 4-5 on this homestand. That's not good enough, but it's too late to do anything about that. They're 9 games over 500 at home. And a shot backhanded by McDonald, and McDonald will throw out Ross. 1 out.
Take a flashback on Wednesday when Jeff Keppinger and a first pitch breaking ball did this. And it was a big hit. It would be a back-to-backer. Next man up, Pablo Sandoval hit it a 2-0 ball game. Johnson, that's basically all Madison Bumgarner would need. But Jeff Keppinger has been on fire. Nice homestand. 13 353, 12 for 34.
Pitcher doesn't take too many first pitches, but he takes that one, and it's 0-1. 2 for 5 lifetime against Joe Saunders as he shoots this one down the right field line, but that's going to curl out of play, and it's a quick 0-2. .28 starts now for Saunders. Got him on the inside corner. 2 down. And that'll bring up Beltran.
Set that glove in the inside corner, cuts a fastball, just changes the movement. And this is the wide zone you'll see early from Bob Davidson. So the first inning, everybody finding out that the zone is big on both sides of the plate.
Strike to Beltran. Beltran hitting .284. 16 home runs, 70 driven in. Well, I guess the hitters, I don't know now, that if you get 2 strikes on you, you better expand.
With Bob Davidson, that's a great idea.
Is that pitch to Keppinger? Kidding me? 2 balls and 1 strike. Three and 1.
Beltran just waiting him out. Pablo Sandoval greasing up.
Drive to right. Upton back. Upton looking up, and it's off the bricks. Now it flattens out, and Beltran is on the move, and he can still run, folks. And he's at third.
As soon as he saw that ball hit off the wall and kick away from Upton, he went into another gear. A 3-1 fastball out of way, right up there in the belt, and he backspins this thing the opposite gap. That's what a flat swing will do. You'll get bat swing, you'll get carry. Now watch it hit the wall, kick off. And as soon as Beltran sees this, he goes from an automatic double into an automatic triple. Watch him kick it in right here.
And then he slipped on the bag. Easy.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval at 301, 16 home runs, 51 driven in. Remember, Sandoval has had a problem hitting right-handed. And he lines it into center field, and it's right at Young, and that'll end the inning. After 1-0, D-backs.
And Dwayne and Mike, this baby giraffe story has taken on a life of its own. Brandon Belt went to Six Flags in Vallejo yesterday to meet his namesake, the newly born baby giraffe they call Brandon. I talked to him today about it, and he said he was always an animal person, but now he's definitely a giraffe person. Had a chance to feed the giraffe, get a little loving from him, and then he and his wife Haley spent the rest of the day in Napa for the first time. Gentlemen?
What a great day. I am in. This is John McDonald, who takes down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, that's how you spend an off day, by relaxing.
Yeah, that was a memorable off day.
Cabrera at short will eat this up and throw out his opposite number.
Well, for 2012, there are now less than 850 new season ticket locations left. The only way to be guaranteed tickets to possible postseason plays become a season ticket holder. Act now before there's a limited number of seats is sold out. Call 415-972-2298 or go to sfgiants.com/season.
Here's the pitcher, Joe Saunders, who can hit a little bit. He's 11 for 48. And he looks at a strike.
Guy hitting 229 this deep in the season can hit if you're a pitcher. Change up, show him some respect.
Yeah, if you can hit, you're going to see changeups. Slowly hit to Keppinger, and Keppinger will put him away. Giants Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet area is brought to you by Momo's, a San Francisco tradition. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Ryan Roberts. Roberts struck out to open up the ball game. And he looks at a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Really isn't the average that impresses you about Roberts, it's the production. 17 big flies, 52 driven in. More work for Cabrera, and Kane with a very nice inning. Burrow, Huff, and Cabrera coming up.
Diamondbacks, both teams with just about the same amount of road games. Giants 13, D-backs 12. Giants get the Padres for 6, the Dodgers for 6, the Rockies for 7, D-backs San Diego, Dodgers. I mean, so they're playing basically the same team. 6 head-to-head games. So they're about even with who they play, and that's your Farmers Report card.
Pat Burrell to lead things off. And Burrell looks at a strike. He's 4 for 8 lifetime against Joe Saunders, and one of the hits, a triple. Aubrey Huff and then Orlando Cabrera.
Giants' September schedule this year, they do not go out of the division. One thing we know about Burrow, he is not in a hurry. He will make you work, especially with nobody on base.
Feeling much better. Giants really missed his presence around the team. Pulls this pitch on the ground foul. He's a pretty strong enough individual that even if he's on the DL, he can have an influence, but you're much better at that if you're playing. Got him.
A little cut 92 has really been a good pitch for Saunders. He saved it. He's throwing a sinker early with 2-seam movement, and then on a payoff pitch, he's cut that inside corner. And right now, the way Bob Davis is giving that pitch, the Giants are going to have to make some adjustments.
Here's Huff. Huff has got good numbers lifetime against Joe Saunders. 11 for 24. And that pitch is high. It's Eli Whiteside following Cabrera, who's on deck.
Good lifetime numbers against Saunders.
3-0. Right down Broadway, 3 balls and 1 strike. Defensively, mostly on the infield, shading Huff to pull. In the outfield, the only one really out of place would be Parra in left, is towards the gap in left center. And the walk. Watch the Giants on NBC Bay Area next Friday night. And that's September 9th against the Dodgers at 7. And get inside access and better coverage of your favorite teams with the combined power of Comcast Sportsnet. Weeknights at 6 and 11. The Bay Area's biggest and best sports reporting team is on NBC Bay Area. Here's Cabrera, who also has good numbers against Joe Saunders.
Saunders does have a good pickoff move. And guys with really good pickoff moves, especially left-handers, they can pick you off even when you don't get off a long ways from first base.
All you have to do is be leaning.
Who's the best left-handed pickoff move you ever saw? Bob McClure?
Yeah. Good call.
Steve Carlton had a good one. Terry Mulholland.
0-1 to Cabrera. Double play ball. And it goes 6-4-3. After 2 innings, 1-0 D-backs. Nick from Atherton wants to know, what is your favorite sport other than baseball to watch?
Football.
Yeah. Both pro and college.
Yep. Golf.
Here's Aaron Hill, who picked up an infield hit and has scored the only run.
The Olympics.
Upton to follow, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. A run on 2 hits for the D-backs. No runs on 1 hit for the Giants. Outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. As far as the Giants are concerned and their fans, they might as well just shut down all the scores.
You're right.
Hit out to right field for Beltran. 1 out.
Well, tomorrow the Giants are going to take on the D-backs at 6:05. It's also the Giants' inaugural Day on the Bay event. Your special ticket package will include a 2-hour pregame yacht cruise around the San Francisco Bay aboard the Cabernet Sauvignon, a multi-deck luxury vessel. On the yacht, each fan will receive 2 complimentary drinks and appetizers, and then you get a club-level ticket to the Giants D-backs game. That's right, tomorrow night. So go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
Here's Upton. You know what that is called, Mike? It's skied out to right. 2 outs.
What?
That's called the San Francisco Giants way of tailgating.
Well, Montero's coming up, and this is what he did back in the first inning. Runners at first and second, hit a double down the line. Matt Williams held up Upton, who we think could have scored easily, so they got a break there, but he has been red hot. And this is how you want to pitch to him. 2 outs, nobody on.
Outside and high, 1-0.
So if you could tailgate out there in McCovey Cove, I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
I mean, it's drink wine, barbecue. Well, that's what they do in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I don't know if they drink wine.
Well, they tell you it's wine. Stuff made in their backyard or in their kitchen.
Pretty good seat right there.
I know this was one person's idea of a good idea right there.
Yeah, the other person not digging it yet. Of course, that wine bottle's not open yet.
Yeah.
Look at Montero. I just can't help but think of Matt Stairs when you look at his swing. I mean, he just looks to yank. He's trying to pull you. And he's got good power, especially to his pull side, right field.
He swings at that, and that ball might have hit him.
See, I think with him, you throw that big slow curveball down and in because he's a dead pull guy, he'll yank that thing foul. You get 2 quick strikes on him. Just don't leave it out over the middle of the plate. But just like what he did there, you could do that every time. It only works with pull hitters.
Yep.
And he's a pull hitter. And there aren't many of these guys left. I think he's kind of a dinosaur.
Well, the problem is in the minor leagues, they change guys that do this.
Yeah, get him to hit back up the middle, use the middle of the field.
Away from the target, it's 2-2.
It's amazing how similar guys' batting practice sessions are with what hitting instructors tell them. I mean, I'm talking from rookie league all the way through the big leagues.
That's a base hit into right center field. Beltran, telling you, Beltran was trying to deke Montero into going.
He wanted to go. You bet.
Just kind of lazily went over there, and it almost worked.
A little bit of reach involved. But the way he's swinging it right now, I mean, he is just launching everything, even on a reach.
Here's Goldschmidt.
First time the Giants saw this kid, they knew nothing about him. Tim Lincecum found out that he's got power. Hit a 2-run homer off.
And a strike to even the count.
When a hitter takes a pitch like that on a 1-0 count, you're wondering what he's looking for.
And he's took a long look down to Matt Williams. There really isn't anything that could possibly be on.
No, not for a guy with power.
1-2. Watch Beltran go after this. I'm telling you, he was deep in him. All right, all right.
He was absolutely setting him up, but Montero not biting. Beltran, smart player, folks.
Pulled foul.
All right, Lynn Herstein, our ball dude. Nice play, Lynn.
Is it physically possible that Len's feet are getting bigger?
It could be. He tries to disguise them with the orange socks, and it ain't working.
Holy smokes.
But he's got the spirit.
We're back up to 15s.
He's got his game face on.
Do not hang that one to number 44.
Len, one of our all-time favorite ball dudes.
He just kind of shows up for big games.
Yep. I think they save him for big games.
Well, fans thought that that was a strike, but Eli Whiteside asked for the ball to be out over the plate.
Little cutter just off the plate. So it was a ball. Good teaser, 2-2. Touchdown. Wrong sport, man.
Montero now will be on the move.
Then went to Stanford.
And the walk. So, 2 quick outs. And now it becomes stressful again for Matt Cain because you got Chris Young coming up. Now you got a runner in scoring position.
And you run the pitch count up. 56 now. At the end of 3 innings, you should be right around 45 or lower, ideally. And he's at 56 right now, so you can see how far beyond the norm is. The preferred norm.
Young drew a walk in the first. And he will pop this one up. And Cain will get out of the mess as Cabrera is backpedaling. And he kind of hangs on as it rolls around on that glove. Hey, that's why you catch it with 2 hands.
the Giants clubhouse, and the players just finished their draft. Reliever Steve Edlifson and Keppinger are partners. They traded up with Sergio Romo to get the first pick. They got running back Adrian Peterson from the Vikings. Barry Zito's partnering with Javier Lopez. Dwayne and Mike, I'm going to assume you thought I wouldn't be interested in being part of your trio because I heard you ask Dave Fleming.
Here's the pitch to Whiteside. Yeah, we asked Dave Fleming because he's smart. And because he studies it and because he's not afraid to work at it. Whiteside skies went out to right field. Upton puts it away. That'll bring up Matt Cain.
Yeah, we need some smart guys on our team. But name of the gamer, if you want in, you're in.
Matt Cain is 5 for 53. He fouls this one out of play.
He was doing the yuckadoo right there.
Look for something middle in. Maybe down around the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Like right there? Yeah, that'd be a spot.
Right there.
Right there.
Cody Ross on deck. 1-0 Arizona. Arizona scored in the first inning. Matt Cain was in all kinds of trouble, and he limited the damage to 1. Cain retired.
Yeah, you see that inside corner called 3 times this first time through the Giants lineup. Saunders with 3 strikeouts, all 3 called strike 3s by Bob Davidson, all the same locations.
Well, I mean, if you're Miguel Montero, why wouldn't you keep going back to that spot?
You know, he's saving it too. He's not just pounding it away. And to Saunders' credit, when he gets the call and 2 strikes, he's nailing the location.
Cody Ross bounced out to the shortstop McDonald. He hit it sharply in the first inning. One ball and 1 strike as the fog starts to roll in. It's a beautiful sight here in this city. It is just about as popular as any bridge built around here. It's also called air conditioning.
Yeah, it feels good. It's got to feel great for the Diamondbacks coming out of the desert. That's one that Saunders wanted. He's taken a long look to Bob Davidson, who's had a pretty generous strike zone so far in this game. For the 3rd time tonight, Saunders gets it back in the stretch, and 2 of those times he's put himself in there with walks.
You see Pat Burrell and you see him talking to different hitters and asking questions, and you know, the more you see that, the more you start to think he may be back next year. Here's Keppinger. Out of play.
You know, I think you're right. He could be back. But even if he isn't back as a player, he could be back as a coach. I mean, that's how highly the Giants think of him.
And what he does in this month may determine whether he wants to come back or not as a player. And he very well might know that right now. But if you, as a veteran player, engage young players in talking about hitting during the game, that's invaluable.
It really is. Gives you an idea how to think as a hitter. and how that thinking process changes from pitch to pitch, from situation to situation, out to out, score to score, inning to inning. Everything changes. And when you have a veteran who takes the time to openly discuss those things with you as a kid, that's how you grow. And Burrell's one of those guys.
Keppinger down the left field line, hit very well, off the bricks. And they're going to wave in the runner. Here's the throw, not in time, game time. A horrible throw to the cutoff man, and Keppinger ties it up.
Stay hot, Mr. Keppinger.
That's a big risk by Tim Flannery. What Flannery did was ask the Diamondbacks to do everything perfectly.
They tried to go in on that payoff pitch, middle in with a cut, and Keppinger stays inside it, and he almost knocks it out of here about 3 feet from going over the wall. That Power's got a good arm. He misses the first cutoff man, short hops Roberts, and there's the gamble. And Tim Flannery just charged that dugout up.
Beltran pulls it foul. And very smartly, the Giants are going to make Parra go get it. Way to go, fans. Tire him out.
That's right. Cody Ross, a 2-out walk. And then a double and a gutsy play from Flannery to send his runner, and we got a tie ball game.
Gutsy in a lot of ways because you got Beltran coming up, but I think Tim Flannery thinking we got to take a chance and get on the board. Beltran tripled to right field in the first inning. Here he takes that pitch on the inside corner, 0-2.
And how close was it to going over the fence? Close.
Yeah, about a foot.
Nice block.
Now Beltran, the pitch prior to that, took that pitch on the inside corner. The 3 strikeouts you're talking about, all on that same pitch. He has to know that eventually it's coming again.
Well, he saw it on the second strike, and that's a pitch that's going to give him a break there. Better to find out on the second strike than on the third. So he knows now he's got to cover it.
And Keppinger will move to third.
Fastballs are unpredictable. You saw the last one come up. This one stayed down. Tim Flannery, let's watch his work at third base. No hesitation. He just says, the heck with it, let's go for it. If that ball's caught by Ryan Roberts, he's out by 10 feet.
He is out by 10 feet. I mean, it's, in a lot of ways, it's so risky that you're thinking, no, yes.
Yeah, no, great play.
2-2 to Beltran. Here they come in. Beltran hits it high. Hits it deep. It is out of here.
Game on.
Third inning for the Giants, and here's Sandoval. And Sandoval drives into center field, but it's in the park for Chris Young, and that is going to end the inning. Giants, 2-out thunder, a walk, a double, and a home run. Beltran hits his second in the Giants uniform. This one right-handed, and it's bye-bye baby. He got it. Giants lead 3-1. 3-1 Giants is Gerardo Parra is going to lead things off. And Parra shows Bunnan he takes a strike. Popped out to Burrow to end the first inning with the bases loaded.
And for the first time tonight, Matt Cain gets the pitch with a lead. And boom, he goes right in the quick strike zone. Just missed trying to backdoor that breaking ball. Well, you talk about one swing of the bat, getting this place into it. Wow. Carlos Beltran lighting the candle.
Sandoval in foul territory.
Remember the second strike that was called a strike in, and here he goes trying to get back in. He leaves it out over the middle of the plate, and Beltran says, see ya. Just a beautiful swing. Stays flat from both sides. It's like he's mirroring himself as a switch hitter. It's so rare to see a guy swing it the same way both sides, and this one stayed hit for a long time, and look at the reaction from the Giants dugout.
Here's John McDonald, who bounced out to short. With Saunders to follow.
Yeah, he's got the two hard legs of the cycle out of the way, the triple and the home run.
Yes, he does. See, you noticed that. I didn't even notice that. Way to go. You're 3 days off. You're alert.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Out to right field for Beltran.
Well, as McDonald heads back to the D-backs bench, what do you say we ask our trivia question? It's brought to you by AT&T. The question tonight: name the only National League players to win 4 or more Gold Gloves at first base.
Here's Joe Saunders. Cain looking for a quick inning to help out the pitch count. So this will be pitch number 8. 8-pitch inning. Side retired, and Pat Burrow will lead things off.
Of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates LP.
All right, what do you say we ask and answer our trivia question brought to you by AT&T? The question tonight: name the only National League players to win 4 or more Gold Gloves at first base. Our survey said Keith Hernandez with 14 leads the tribe. That's Bay Area native Keith Hernandez. Bill White, Wes Parker, JT Snow with 6. Steve Garvey and Mark Grace. Mark Grace, normally the analyst on their television side here, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
He's on assignment.
He's on assignment. But he could pick it.
Burrow, who struck out Lookie in the second. The only name on that list that surprises me is Garvey, because it was well known that he just didn't like to throw.
Yeah, he did not like to throw.
Burrow bounces it foul.
So when you were bunting and there was runner at first base against the Dodgers,
he just threw first.
And you didn't have to bunt it that well. Just bunt it hard down there.
And to me, that's all part of playing defense at first.
I love Pat the Bat. Well, we do too. Yeah, you got to be able to throw. Come on.
1-2 to Pat Burrow as Saunders pulled the string on him. Huff to follow, and then Orlando Cabrera. A walk, a double, and a home run, and the Giants took the lead in the third inning. And Burrow fouls it straight back.
He was on it. Anytime you see that foul ball go straight back, he's locked. You can replay that from the side, and you'll see him good balance.
Burrow hammers one, and it's going to be foul.
Cool. He got both cheeks into that one. This is the previous swing when he fouled it straight back. Look at the balance through the swing. And that bat head is right there. He just missed it. And you know if you're on the mound, that guy's got you dialed. I don't blame Saunders for nibbling. He's trying to go soft at him. 3 times he's throwing him changeups.
Good swing again, and he fouls it back.
They tried to go inside, and he really left that thing on the outer half.
On the ground, just foul.
You said just foul. How far is just foul? Right down the line. Just foul.
Here's the 10th pitch in this at bat.
And that's a Pat Burrow special right there.
Worry out and take a walk.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. The Solar Company. Call 877-60-SOLAR to schedule a free solar analysis today or visit thesolarco.com.
Here's Huff. Huff drew a walk in the second. On the ground, McDonald shovels it, and that's all they'll get. As Hill ate it, and Huff reached on the fielder's choice.
I'll tell you one thing I'm impressed with is the quickness in the hands of Joe McDonald, the shortstop for the D-backs. Let's take a look at John McDonald. I mean, it's the second time we've seen him turn him. He even looks fast in slow motion.
Here's Cabrera. Cabrera hit into a double play in the same situation in the second. I would not be surprised if Bruce Bochy at some point in this at bat gets on a hit and run. Saunders around the plate. Cabrera handles the bat. Huff moves okay. It's the perfect formula.
Now, Saunders also is a guy that can throw a lot of ground balls. So trying to stay out of a double play, send a runner, move a middle infielder out of position. Maybe you find a an opening, and find a hole for that ground ball. And Cabrera can expand as well as anybody in this Giants team.
Now, if Joe Saunders keeps plugging that outside corner, there's a hole, obviously, with Goldschmidt holding on Aubrey Huff, and you would think that that's where Cabrera would try to place the ball if he can. He's played a long time, and he's done it a lot over his career. Instead, he lifts this one to left. It's in the park for Parra. And that'll bring up Eli Whiteside. Whiteside hit a fly ball to right field in the third inning, the inning where the Giants scored all of their runs. And he looks at a strike, and it's 0-1.
That is a big ray out there in McCovey Cove.
You think that that's real?
That's absolutely real.
Really? Down the left field line. Parra is going to reach up and make the catch, and that'll end the inning. That's pretty cool. And on this date, September 2nd, 1975, some of you out there watching may have been at this game, where Johnny LeMaster becomes the first player to hit an inside the park home run in his first major league at bat. As Johnny LeMaster dashes around the bases at Candlestick in a 7-3 win over the Dodgers against Don Sutton.
And there's Darren Sutton, the son of Don Sutton, who is the play-by-play announcer for the television side of the D-backs broadcast team. Does a great job with Mark Grace. Tonight, Tom Candiotti is his partner.
Tom's mom,
Doris,
big Giants fan. Doesn't even like Tom when they're playing. Giants are playing the D-backs.
She loves Matt Cain. You got to stand in line to love Matt Cain. Very popular Giant.
And you know what, Doris? That's a good pick.
We like him too.
She might even like Matt if he just dished a knuckleball in there once in a while.
Like her son Tom.
Roberts takes low. Roberts has struck out and bounced out. Hit out to right center field. Beltran on the move. Beltran is going to just come up short as it rolls out to Triple's alley, and Roberts is going to have himself a triple. And that's a leadoff triple.
Matt Williams almost fell down there in the base pass there on the third baseline. Nice at bat, going away with the fastball on the outside corner, just off the tip of the glove from Beltran. And as it gets by him, and it's a classic Triples Alley swing of the bat, just off the tip.
So here's Hill. Hill has picked up an infield hit and scored, and he's popped out to Beltran in right field. Giants will play the infield back. And that fastball runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Inside corner, 1-1.
Giants will give up a run to get it out. They've got their middle infielders back at normal depth. So they take advantage of a 2-run lead. Stay out of the big inning.
Look out.
Well, now you got a 1-2 count. You can pitch for a strikeout. Why not? But that really is the choice of the guy on the hill. If he thinks he can strike him out, he'll pitch for it.
Well, now you're right. He's in a spot where he can try to do that. Down the right field line. Beltran is going to make the catch. He's going to set. He's going to throw. And it's late. And it's a sacrifice fly for Hill. And it's a 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, nice at bat. And I'll tell you what, that's a pretty impressive throw from Beltran. I didn't think that play was going to be close at all. And pretty good effort. Let Giants fans know that he's got some talent with his arm as well as everything else.
Somebody else running? Maybe. Like Benji.
Molina.
Here's Upton. Upton takes low and away. Upton tonight is walked and he's flied out to right. Had a pitch to hit and he fouls it back.
1-0 count. He went right on his hands. Kind of a weird night for Kane. 29 pitches in the first, 20 in the third. So 49 pitches in 2 innings, 26 the other 3. Just a bit inside. You can tell Upton is one of those guys that you could just feel the respect that this ballpark has for him. He's reached that plateau in his young career. Really has blossomed into a complete player this year. Before he would get hot, he'd be streaky, but he'd go through long periods of slump. But those things have dried up. I mean, he's really made himself a much more consistent player this year. And he has been the MVP of this club.
Down the right field line. This is a fair ball. Beltran gets to it, and Upton's got a double. Well, right now, Matt Cain's throwing the pitch out over the plate, and the Diamondbacks are hitting it.
Well, you know, the way he worked him inside, he thought he'd go away one time. They set it in the outside corner, and he got it up just a little bit. And with 2 strikes, what's the easiest area to defend? Between your belt and the letters on your chest, and it's right in that slot. Still, though, I mean, he doesn't try to pull it, just goes with it the opposite way. Fair by a foot. 5-tool player, and the other tool, he can run.
So Montero, who's got a couple of hits tonight, he fouls this one off his foot.
See, catchers can't help themselves.
What, they have to be in pain all the time?
Well, yeah, that, and he just whacks one off his foot, and he has to go get the ball. Now watch, he whacks it off his foot, and then he gets up, and he goes, oh, ball, get ball, fetch.
Well, he almost stepped on it, which would have turned his ankle. Oh, and 2.
Change up, change up.
$80 pitches now for Matt Cain. Look out. 1 and 2.
Now you could throw another changeup down the dirt like you saw for the second strike. You could go back foot slider. You could go above his hands with the fastball. 3 options here for strikeout. And there was the changeup. And this time Montero might.
A couple of righties coming up. That's Goldschmidt.
Got to be careful. You got an open base 2 times tonight. Montero has squared him up. A double in the first, single, third.
Huff has it. Upton will move to third. And that'll bring up Goldschmidt. Now a little bit more pressure on your defense with the tying run at third.
And your catcher.
A strikeout and a walk. Cain will pitch out of the windup, and it's low. Kind of an abbreviated windup. Really not much to it.
Just a look over. And he'll look one more time before he starts. No. Always have to give that runner a look. And that usually is enough to calm him down.
The 1-1 pitch is driven into center field. Ross broke back. Now he comes in. That'll end the inning. A run for the D-backs after 4.5. 3-2 Giants.
fans, you'll be happy to hear that there's a new webisode of The Authentic Fan at theauthenticfan.com. And Ashcon spotlights the female Giants fans, and Mike and Dwayne, he talks to a real-life gamer babe from Half Moon Bay. We're finally going to see what makes a gamer babe from Half Moon Bay. Check it out, theauthenticfan.com, gentlemen.
All right, good stuff, Amy. Here's Matt Cain. By the way, Amy, smartest woman I know that's not your wife or my wife.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, we received a Twitter here from her high school counselor. Her IQ is 173. So, Amy, officially we are inviting you into our fantasy football team.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers. Cain fouls this one straight back. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Aubrey Huff. Cain out of play.
These are the guys, when pitchers lead off an inning, especially when you're talking 3-2 ball game here, you just automatically in your mind think it's going to be an out. When he can get on base, that really messes with a pitcher.
Towards the hole, and McDonald will make the throw, and everybody's safe. Kind of like that.
Kind of like that.
McDonald did not get a lot on the throw, and it was offline as well.
Almost looked like he was throwing a changeup over there. I don't know what kind of grip he had on that ball, but there was nothing on the throw. He really felt he had to get rid of this thing quickly. And Goldschmidt just trying to swipe one, a do-or-die attempt. So just like that, the Giants get the leadoff hitter on, and it's a pitcher, and here comes the top of the lineup.
So here's Ross. Ross drew a walk in the 3rd inning, and it led to 3 runs. So Cain credited with a hit. Keppinger to follow.
Oh, generous call right there. You saw the neck jerk from Cody Ross when Bob Davidson, plate umpire, made the call. That's a pitcher strike right there. What's the difference in a 1-2 count to a 2-1 count? The world.
Out of play.
I tell you, his swing looks good tonight.
Rally rags tonight. They worked in late September last year, and they certainly worked in October.
Yeah, a couple of best friends right there.
Hit into center field and hit well. Young on the move. Young on the move. Off the bottom of the wall. Cain is going to be held up at 3rd. Ross with a double.
And we talked about the action on the fly ball off the bat of Carlos Beltran back in the 1st inning, and the same thing is held true for Cody Ross. I mean, he really has a light grip on the bat, and the barrelhead is very heavy. Ball is right out there, out over the plate, just above the knees, and he backspins this thing and really gets nice carry over the head of Chris Young. And it is not easy to hit one over the head of Chris Young. Well, he's dialed. He thought he had one there. The way he left the batter's box, he thought he had a home run. They're measuring. Nice at bat.
Here's Keppinger. Diamondbacks in the middle of the diamond will play the infield back. Keppinger banged one off the wall in the third inning. Here he takes wide, and it's 1 ball and no strikes, and we have bullpen activity for the D-backs.
Now Saunders was battling a bug the last couple of days, and they weren't going to let him go long.
You know.
Brad Ziegler, the right-hander, starting to get grease for the D-backs.
Knocking it down is Roberts, and Roberts will eventually throw out Keppinger. And Roberts now looking at his glove like it betrayed him.
Now back in the third inning, it was Carlos Beltran that did this. The 1-1 ball game, and he knocked in Jeff Keppinger to give the Giants a 2-run lead. 17th of the year for Beltran.
Keppinger, good at bat.
It was.
So here's Beltran with first base open.
Now, if he throws him a strike here, I think he's crazy with an open first base. Especially the way the Beltran has seen him tonight. He's got 2 legs of the cycle, a triple and a home run. Sandoval's 0 for 2. And Sanders does throw ground balls.
And a base hit into left field. 1 run's going to score, and they're going to hold up Cody Ross. And Beltran has got 3 hits tonight.
Well, Saunders did the Giants a favor, and he did challenge across the plate. It was down around the knees, but the way Beltran is seeing Saunders, anything close is a mistake. And that is not a hanger. He goes down and beats a good pitch. Carlos Beltran's locked in, folks. This is exactly what the Giants have been waiting to see. Beautiful at bat, and it stretches the lead.
So Matt Cain, who started the inning with an infield hit, he scores. Putting runners now at first and third. Ross is at third. Beltran is at first. And Pablo Sandoval now can add on here with a fly ball. And Saunders is going to try to prevent Sandoval from hitting a fly ball. Two fly balls for Sandoval. If he were to hit one of those here in the 5th, it would knock in a run. Beltran barely off the bag, draws the throw.
Well, Beltran can steal a base. Smart base runner.
So Sandoval clearly feeling a little better swinging right-handed as he fouls that one back.
No question. There for a while, he couldn't think about doing that because of his shoulder injury. Well, he came out of his shoes on that 1-0 swing. And a pitch up, looking for something up to get that runner in from third.
Could be 2. And it is. Giants pick up a run. It's 4-2 San Francisco.
Third inning, 2 outs, and Chris Young hits a pop-up, and watch the snow cone from Orlando Cabrera. And how close was it to pop it out the hill? It was close. That's our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Well, we should mention that there were 2 runners running on the bases on that pop-up.
Yeah.
And you may have mentioned that. I just didn't hear it.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
Yeah, well, it's September. Belti strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants get the run back that they gave up in the 5th. Well, that's the pitch that Saunders has been getting, and now Young can't believe it. He should have a pretty good view of the strikes that Saunders has thrown on that inside corner, being a center fielder.
Yeah, it looks a little different, though, when it's buzzing your belt buckle and you're thinking it's a ball. Yeah, now you're in a 1-2 hole.
And that's not a strike.
But it has been tonight, and both pitchers have benefited.
Got him.
Kane is no fool. He goes back in there with a front door breaking ball, and I mean, you cannot throw a better pitch. It locks him up. See ya. Grab some pine meat.
And the only way to be guaranteed tickets to possible postseason play is become a season ticket holder. Call 415-972-2298 if you want to talk to someone. If you don't, go to sfgiants.com/season. Here's Parra. Parra has popped out twice, once to left, once to Sandoval in foul territory. Hits this one to Keppinger. Huff started to go, but made the wise move of retreating to first. Oh yeah, we got the big fist.
Oh yeah, we got the big fist.
Big fist and a big guy.
He wears it well. That might just be his real fist.
We got the little guy.
Yeah, he was born here in the 2nd inning.
Actually, he may have been born in the 1st inning of the Yankees and Red Sox game last night. That took 4 hours and 17 minutes to play a 9-inning game.
That's crazy.
Here's McDonald. McDonald is bounced out. He's flied out. We're in the 6th. Matt Cain with 93 pitches. Out to Beltran in right field. He barely has to move, but now he comes in, and that'll end the inning. Pat Burrell's going to lead things off. It's 4-2 Giants.
Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com to find a local agent. We are insurance. We are farmers. By Xfinity, home of the most live sports. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99 plus tax at Jack in the Box at participating restaurants.
4-2 Giants. Pat Burrell will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Burrell has struck out and he's walked. And he rolls this one foul. Hey, we got our kettle corn guy in front of us.
Yep. The dancing kettle corn man.
He's here every night or every day. Outside corner, 0-2.
Ooh, that's a wide strike. There he is.
There's our guy right there.
Yeah.
Kettle corn! Hey, I need one of those.
Yeah, well, you better give him some glue.
Go. Thanks. On the house. Appreciate it. You're still what? Geez, I had a 50 I was going to give him, but he left.
Don't worry.
Think he'll be back?
He'll be waiting for you in the parking lot.
He'll be dancing in front of my car.
He is a legend. He is a legend, man. I mean, this guy has more energy than, well, certainly the broadcasters.
Kettle corn. Here's the 2-2 to Burrell, and Burrell fouls it through the legs of Montero. Problem at our age, when we get kettle corn, they need to hand out toothpicks with it as well. Another 2-2 pitch to Burrell, and Burrell takes low, and it's 3-2.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
This guy could go 0-2 to a 3-2 as good as anybody in the baseball.
There it is, another walk. Well, the Giants have partnered with Bay Area chapter of the American Heart Association, and what they're doing, well, they got a walk, and it'll take place on Friday, September 16th. You need a special ticket. It costs $25. For more information, go to sfgiants.com/heartwalk.
Charles Nagy, the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks, going to come out, and Ziegler gets back up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. He won't take long. He's been up already.
Burrell's going to depart, and he gets a nice ovation from Giants fans. Andres Torres is the pinch runner. So that might lead you to believe that Torres is going to take off sometime soon. Huff has walked, and then he bounced out, reached on a fielder's choice. But Torres already has got a huge lead at first. Don't get picked off.
I think it's one way back to the bag. Guys will have two types of one-way lead. One will be one way where they get way out the bag, and on first move they're going to get back to the bag. And then they stretch it out again, and then they have a one-way lead, whereas the first move they get, they're going to go to second base. No matter what, even if he comes to first. And that's not the really good move from Saunders either. He got a better one.
Well, the only guy that got picked off that time was Goldschmidt. He came about a step off the bag to get the ball.
Well, he's taken through his assortment of moves. That last one was pretty good.
Low to Huff. Saunders that time was pretty quick to home plate after he paused.
Now he has as good a lead as we've seen all year.
Yeah.
I mean, he has really stretched it wide.
Used to laugh when Frank Robinson used to yell from the dugout, "Take one for the team."
Yeah, when you were in the batter's box and the guy would buzz you at 93.
You could do it maybe against a knuckleballer or against a real slow curveballer, but you can't against the guy throwing a fastball. Your instincts just take over. There's a strike, 2-1.
2-0 respectful slider.
I mean, that's kind of an instinct, right? Don't get hurt.
Yeah. Especially when it's at your head.
Yeah.
And Frank would do that as a player.
Well, he stood right on the top of the plate and just dared you to hit him.
Well, Saunders is doing everything that he can to upset the timing of Torres at first base.
I mean, if he'd have known this was going on, he wouldn't have walked Burrell. He said, "Oh, hit as far as you can. I'm going to challenge you." Big chopper. Huff will reach on the fielder's choice for the second time, and Torres may be hurt.
Well, he was trying to put as much pressure as he could on John McDonald.
I think he got kneed.
Coming in and put as much heat and height as you can. And I think you're right. He got a little knee there.
Well, it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back.
Kellicorn, man. A legend here, and he does all the events in town. Everybody who comes to ball games knows this guy. New pitcher now for the Diamondbacks will be Brad Ziegler. And here's what he's done this year with Oakland and with the Diamondbacks. 3-2, 2.34 ERA. With Ziegler, you're not going to see a lot of velocity. It'll be 85 to 88 miles per hour. Everything to the side. Kind of a flat breaking ball, but big time sink. And that's what Kirk Gibson wants. He wants a ground ball. Ziegler's a perfect guy to come into an existing inning with runner at first base.
Line drive, and making the catch is Young.
Now that's the advantage right there of playing shallow. And Chris Young plays as shallow as anybody in this division. And that ball was hit right on the screws, and I guarantee you when it left the bat, Cabrera's thinking he has a knock.
Well, it also may have hurt Young when Cody Ross, it went over his head. Different hitters, Cabrera and Ross. Whiteside is 0 for 2. He's flied out. He's lined out. He lined out to Parra in left field to end the 4th inning. There's a strike that evens a count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
How's that, Kellicorn?
I don't dare open it. I'm going to actually give it back to him. Off Whiteside's foot. It's 1-2.
Ziegler, a good guy when you're looking for strikes and ground balls. There's the frisbee that actually rises, and there aren't many pitches that rise. And in the eye of a hitter, when you see a guy drop down as low as Ziegler gets and then floats one up there that's got rise on it, it kind of locks you up.
That'll end the inning. Through 6, 4-2 Giants. All right, let's check out our Toyota game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Aaron Hill, well, he's got a hit, a single, a run, a sac fly. Joe Saunders left after giving up 4 earned runs. Carlos Beltran has been the offensive hero for the Giants tonight. 3 for 3, a triple, a 2-run home run. He's got 3 RBIs, and Matt Cain is still in there. He's thrown 94 pitches, and he's allowed 2 earned runs. And he'll be facing the pinch hitter, Sean Burrows. So here's Burrows. Burrows swings and misses. Ross moves from center to left as Andres Torres comes into the game. He's in center field. Burrows has had 44 at bats as a pinch hitter. He's 12 for 44. Andres Torres gets work immediately.
It's kind of how it works, isn't it?
It is kind of how it works. You're right.
Sam Dimmel finishing off his throws. He will pitch the bottom half of the 7th inning.
Roberts is 1 for 3. He tripled in the 5th inning. Beltran out in Triple's alley, lunged, and the ball just went off the end of his glove. Very close. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Cain not happy with that last pitch. And here you just go at him.
And ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk.
And that is something that will bother Cain. Is sometimes you just cannot throw a strike. He makes it look so easy.
Well, it also sends up a red alert.
Yeah, and immediately the Giants are starting to move down towards the bullpen. Billy Hayes, Mark Gardner starting to head down. 4 walks tonight for Cain. This matches his season high. The last time he did it was in June 3rd against the Rockies. His last 3 outings combined, he's only had 1 walk. So those 4, something we're not used to.
Well, here he comes right back and throws a strike to Aaron Hill. Hill has had an infield hit. He's popped out and then hit a sacrifice fly to Carlos Beltran in the 5th. Off his foot, foul, 0-2. Roberts 16 steals. He's been thrown out 8 times. The only way Roberts would go here is if he was absolutely sure he could steal second base. Otherwise, doesn't make any sense. Down by 2. On the ground to Sandoval. Stays with it. Keppinger with a nice turn. And that'll end the inning. Beautifully done. 5-4-3. It remains 4-2 Giants.
Dwayne and Mike, no need to panic because the Giants' 2011 first-round draft pick, Joe Panic, he's done very well this season and was just named MVP of the short season Northwest League. I'll give you his numbers. In 68 games, he hit .337 with 6 home runs and 53 RBI. Way to go, Joe Panic, gentlemen.
All right, Amy, we don't panic when you're around. Remember, you're the smartest chick we know. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Sam Dimmel now coming into the game for the Diamondbacks. Here you see his numbers, 33rd time that he's come in, 2-2.
And he's facing Matt Cain. Matt Cain started a rally in the 5th inning.
Dimmel's kind of a two-pitch guy, fastball slider, but that doesn't tell you all that he can do because he'll throw that fastball and he'll cut it, he'll sink it. You don't really see a whole lot of anything straight from Dimmel.
Not close, 2-0. So Cain gets the double play ball to end the 7th, and he's rewarded by allowing to stay in the game.
Yeah, that's a reward.
Three and 0.
He will not swing. Hoping that Sam Dimmel could set it up for Cody Ross.
All right, and he will not swing, hoping to set it up for Cody Ross.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he hacked here 3-1. I really would.
Sounded so good, I just wanted to use your material.
Yeah, you could have it.
Although he may be hacking here. And the walk, you'll never know.
And the last time he got on base to start an inning, he scored.
Ross doubled in the 5th inning over the head of Chris Young.
There is action in that D-back bullpen. It is Joe Patterson.
Cain leads off an inning by reaching first base for the 2nd time. Inside to Cody Ross, and it's 1 ball and no strike.
I guarantee you right now, Dimmel starting to grip a little bit because he ain't close. Pretty straight away defensively against Cody Ross.
And he flops that in there for a strike.
So Montero, the catcher, got away from the fastball, caught a breaking ball to get Dimmel back in the strike zone, and he evened the count.
High and deep to left. Para back. It is out of here. And they've been waiting for that from Cody Ross.
Yeah, his 2 hits tonight has snapped an 0 for 16 skid, but it's every swing he's had tonight has been a good one. Whether it be against Saunders, whether it be against Dimmel, it hasn't made a difference. And that walk to Matt Cain just hurt big time.
Here's Keppinger. Keppinger takes low.
They just had to get out of August. Dogs fired up.
And a strike to Keppinger. Keppinger's hit the ball hard twice. He's got a double, a run scored, and an RBI. Get hot, Cody Ross. Into the hole, McDonald. Another changeup, and Keppinger's thrown out.
Well, let's take a look at the swing of the bat from Cody Ross, who gets a fastball middle in about thigh high. And it was a topspin liner going out of here. I mean, he crushes this ball, but the topspin made it close. That ball was nutted. If it had backspin, it'd have been halfway up the bleachers. That's the first time we've seen him smile in a while.
Well, he's usually by the opening of the dugout. He's moved to the center of the dugout. As Beltran needs a double for the cycle. He's 3 for 3, a triple, a home run, and a single. He's got 3 RBIs.
The 1-2-3 hitters tonight have really done a job. 2 doubles, triple, 2 home runs.
And a base hit for Beltran. And all he is tonight is 4 for 4.
Well, he's making it look easy.
And Kirk Gibson's coming out. Two runs in here in the 7th. Patterson's coming in. Giants are leading 6-2, and we'll be back. And there's your new pitcher, the former Giant, Joe Patterson.
Joe Patterson, 56 times he's come in, but only in 31 innings. Tells you he's a situational guy. 26 strikeouts in those 31 1/3. Very funky delivery. Gives you a lot of sink with the fastball. And you'll see, 84 to 88 miles per hour on the fastball. And a big sweep and breaking ball.
He could not be further at the end of the rubber than he is right now.
You're right. I mean, he's just catching his heel on the first base side of the rubber. And then he has a big crossover step. So the angle that you're taking a look at this guy is so acute from what you normally see.
I mean, it looks like Aaron Hill's throwing the ball at you.
Yeah, probably right.
He's throwing it out of Aaron Hill's uniform. Actually swinging a miss, and Beltran will move down to second.
Yeah, that's a gift. That's important because Patterson's a guy who can get some ground balls, so you just lost the force. It's got to be a pass ball. You see the funkiness as to how big he crosses over, and then the low three-quarter release.
This time Sandoval did get a piece. It's 1-2.
Well, this guy, I think you got to think right field gap if you're a right-handed hitter. He wants you to try and pull.
Got him. Torres will hit with 2 outs.
Saw Ryan Cook, the right-hander, starting to get greased up.
So Andres Torres hitting right-handed. 5 for 37 as a right-handed hitter.
He is way off the plate.
My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen him that far off the plate.
Well, the amount of cut and the angle with which Patterson delivers the ball, it might not be a bad idea, because that ball's got to be coming in towards him.
He's as far off as Santiago Casilla was in that one at bat.
He set a record this year.
It was unbelievable.
And it's messing with Patterson.
Either that or he wants to pitch to Huff. And the walk. Well, that 5th spot is drawing 3 walks tonight, 2 by Burrow and now 1 by Torres. So we'll see how Aubrey Huff hangs in there against Patterson. Huff takes low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, Patterson put a long stare into Bob Davidson, the plate umpire, thinking he had strike 1.
Well, McDonald is really shading Huff to pull. If you could sneak one to the opposite field, you might get yourself a base hit. That's the one that starts out maybe even behind you as a left-handed hitter. .85. He's thrown an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. That's what he struck out Sandoval with, and this one to Huff was 85. There's Cabrera.
Cabrera would love to get a chance to hit in this inning.
Chopper, and it gets right back to Patterson, and that'll end the inning. Cody Ross. It's his 11th of the year. And when it leaves the yard, it's bye-bye baby. 6-2 Giants. AT&T Park, right here in Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Pregame live will start at 5:30. First pitch will be right around the top of the hour. It'll be Ian Kennedy and Tim Lincecum, one of the best pitching matchups you'll see all year. And so check us out. Here's Kane to Upton and a strike, and it's 0-1. So Bruce Bochy said, Matt Kane, you're one of our guys. You get to pitch the eighth, baby. Plus, he started 2 rallies tonight.
Well, 2 perfect pitches, and he gets a 1-1 count. Big curveball comes back with a changeup, as you see Romo and Lopez finishing off their warm-up throws.
Two and one to Upton. Hit into left field. Cody Ross, a long run. He's going to dive, and he's going to make the catch.
I do not know how he made that catch.
I mean, did he catch that when he was on the ground?
I think he did. I mean, usually when you land, you jar your body. And he goes down into a belly slide, and look how low he is, and he slides right into it. Look at Mark Gardner's reaction. You talk about concentration to the ball. I mean, as he goes down, he still keeps his head up and watches it into the glove. That's a remarkable play. They showed up tonight, folks.
That's as good as it's going to get. Here's Montero. Montero hits one high into left center field. In this yard, that's an OUT. 2 down.
Now, this is one of the best plays we've seen in the outfield all year. He hits here, but the head stays high, and that's the key. I mean, how hard is that? And somehow he manages to put it right in the sweet spot of that glove.
Wow.
What a play. The boys have showed up, my friend.
Here's Goldschmidt. A hanger. 1 ball and no strikes.
I mean, think back. Matt Cain started this game with 29 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, here he is in the 8th. Kane wanted that one, and now he's looking into Bob Davidson like, listen, I've been out here all day.
And that's how you get frustrated by Davidson. Well, what you get in the first inning isn't going to be the same thing in the 9th. He's going to strike all night long. And now you say, well, wait, that's low. Well, that's what he's been calling a strike all night long.
Well, I don't think it's low. And Bob Davidson says, okay, fine. I'll give you one.
Comes right back, same height that gets the strike. Drives you crazy.
Three and one. Young is on deck. This could be Matt Cain's last hitter. Romo's ready to go with Young on deck. Popped them up. A souvenir. 3 and 2. Tell you what, for a guy that doesn't take any stride at all, he has got some power.
Yeah, he's strong.
Well, it'd be nice to see if Matt Cain can walk off this mound by retiring Goldschmidt to a huge ovation. Down the left field line, foul. On the ground to Cabrera. This will end the inning, and they're going to give Matt Cain a great ovation, folks. And they should. 6-2 Giants. right, some of the sights and sounds here at the yard. It's a 6-2 lead for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Ryan Cook making his 5th appearance. And he's still trying to get established. 10 base runners in an inning and a 2/3. Supposed to have a pretty good fastball. And right, just like that, opens up Cabrera with a breaking ball.
Bottom 3 in the lineup. You see in the bullpen getting loose. Get out to right field. Upton moving towards the line, and Upton will put it away.
Well, don't forget the StubHub is where you'll find a great selection of seats and the freedom to choose where you want to sit. Visit StubHub to search for hard to get tickets to, well, the weekend series here against the Diamondbacks or the series against the Dodgers. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Giants, so head to StubHub and choose your seats today. StubHub.
Here's Eli Whiteside. Bruce Bochy's explaining to a couple of his pinch hitters who's going to hit next. First it looked like Fontenot, and then Belt comes out. Whiteside is flied out. He's lined out and struck out. Breaks his bat. Hill. 2 outs. All right, the Zinfandel Commodore, and judging by what's going on there, does not look like a lively party to me. Sorry.
Oh, they need to amp it up a little bit.
A lot
Turn
of
the music on. Let's go.
A lot of standing around. Come on.
Somebody break out the ukulele.
Really? Charades or something. Here's Belt. Belt. First pitch swinging. Fouls it back. So you actually think the ukulele would help that group?
Anything would help that group.
Maybe an accordion would help that group.
You're from Wisconsin. You just can't take
the beer battered polka. Let her rip.
You can't take the Wisconsin out of the kid.
Come on. How about some whiskey sours? Get those going too.
Brandy Alexander's.
That's not even going to help. Come on. Belt fouls it out of play. Cody Ross is on deck. Belt 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt, 2-2. All right. You see something going on here. But that's just about it.
Get the tunes going.
Yeah, like one real pretty girl smiling, and that's all we got going.
Sometimes that's all you need.
That'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. It's 6-2 Giants.
Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Mindy Bach and Henry Wolfer are going to take you around the Bay. They're going to get reactions from the Giants clubhouse, tell you about the Raiders and Seahawks highlights, and then talk about Harbaugh's 49ers status report. All that and more tonight, right after postgame live. Hyundai Sportsnet Central.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Santiago Casilla coming into his 38th game. They'll try and close this one out for the Giants. He has taken over those ninth inning responsibilities since Brian Wilson has been on the shelf. Now that is still is a closer by committee, but more often than not he has been out there. And here again, this is not a save opportunity, but it is a critical 3 outs to get, given who they're against.
Yeah. Here's Young. 95. No balls and 1 strike. Good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2. That's it. Ooh, was it hard slider?
Yeah. He's got 2 types of breaking balls, a curveball and a slider. And that slider, you see a lot of guys just get jackknife with it, where they just see it as a fastball for so long, and then it explodes right there at the end. Not a big hard slider, a little quick one.
It's going to be over the backstop, not hit very high.
Big time movement running into his hand. Nice second stage hop. Stuff wise, he's got as good as any stuff as anybody on that team.
We really have not had many updates on Brian Wilson and any speculation into when he's going to be back.
He's still throwing flat ground. Could be a while.
Got him.
Good hard slider. And perfect location. I mean, in a 1-2 count, that's death. Really a violent motion. An idea how strong he is.
Here's Parra. Oh, 1. He's got a little bit of his velocity back from the middle of the season.
Well, last year, an average fastball would be 96, and he would top out 98, 99. We haven't seen that this year since he went on the disabled list earlier in the year. But he's also throwing more two-seam fastballs, which takes velocity off. And he's also throwing at a speed that he can control. He's not trying to max out on every pitch.
One and 2.
And there's the curveball. And you see the size of the break, about 3 times the size of the slider. Really explosive. And Parra swings right over the top. Throw another one right here in the dirt. See you later. Pretty easy take there.
And this will be fisted into center field for a base hit. Parra picks up his first hit. He's now 1 for 4. And John McDonald is going to hit.
This is not a team that lacks confidence, even down 4 with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Remember, this Diamondback team has won 9 in a row. And you have got to believe that they believe they can come back.
Strike to McDonald. Donald nearly walked into one ball and 1 strike.
And that was 96 miles per hour. You see Jeff Blum has now picked up a bat. He's on the on-deck circle for the D-backs.
One and 2.
And that's a 96 mile an hour two-seamer. And that's big velocity with that pitch.
Into left field, Cody Ross coming in. 2 outs. And here's Blum. $40,948, the 70th sellout this year. All sellouts this year as they stand with Blum coming up with 2 outs here in the 9th. Parra's going to go. No one will care. And Eli Whiteside goes out. This could be a cross-up.
Well, he wants to make sure that he's got the signals right with a runner at second base. But he also told him that guy out there doesn't even exist. Concentrate on the hitter, which is how he should approach this at bat. If he steals third, don't worry about it.
Oh, 2.
Pitcher strike. Thank you very nice. Lynn Hurstein is digging it.
'97 high, 2 and 2.
As you pointed out, best velocity we've seen from him all year.
Two balls, 2 strikes. What a night for Carlos Beltran. 4 for 4 tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground. Foul. We'll reset and do it again. Beltran, if you just tuned us in and were wondering why. Tripled, homered, singled, and singled.
20th time in his career he's done that. A 4-hit night. That's impressive.
Two and 2. And now it's gone to a full count. Four-run lead. Challenge time. Pitch number 21 for Santiago Casilla. Out of play as Blum spoiled a good pitch.
Not a whole lot of lower body in that swing. Blum just protecting with his hands. Don't have to be the guy to supply the power when you're taking your bat off Santiago Casilla, because he'll do that for you.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's the ball game. Garcia gets a couple of strikeouts. Giants snap the Diamondbacks' 9-game winning streak. And they do it tonight behind Matt Cain and some pretty good offense with power.
Well, they also snapped the streak of 12 consecutive series where they'd lost that first game. And they won a game they absolutely had to win. In a series they absolutely have to win. And did the first thing that they had to do, they played great baseball from the first pitch to the last pitch. And that's what they have to do.
5 back in the West. Final score, Giants 6, Diamondbacks 2. Eastern's Giants postgame live with interviews, and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update.